This is Savannah Churchill singing, Waiting for a Guy Named Joe. Joe who? She doesn't even explain it. She's just waiting for a guy named Joe. I'm thinking that's the same guy that sold her car. Because why else would she not get his last name? Like, alright, who sold your car? Oh, some guy named Joe. You know, it's like, oh, who are you waiting for? A guy named Joe? No, if you were waiting for somebody specifically, you would say their full name. You wouldn't call him, oh, I know a guy named Joe. That's all he is. He's just a guy named Joe. Matter of fact, since she's singing that, you know, I think what I could do is I can offer this as early bird clue because I have Joe Walsh playing in the list, you see. And he's coming up later in the list. I think he's, where is he at? Where are you, Joe? There you are. Oh, way the frick down there. I gotta move you up. Alright. How about right there? Perfect. Okay. Now there's Joe Walsh. Why don't we have Savannah Churchill waiting for Joe Walsh? That way, then when Joe Walsh does come on, I get my listeners to type in one word. Early bird. You have to tune in early in order to get the early bird clue. If you don't tune in early, then you miss out on the clue. You miss out on gaining 5 points, which I have everybody locked in here and here. I really need to transfer this to a new sheet, but I keep track of everybody's points. See, those of you that listen to the Time Machine Show recognize that these are your points. There's no joke. I do keep track of your points right here. See? It's no scam. These are your points. Okay? Now, when they answer correctly with the early bird special, each person that says early bird gets 5 bonus points. At the end, when they collect 500 points, I was thinking that along with the many prizes I would be sending out, that this would be one of them. This is a little exclusive, but it's just one small portion of what will be offered. Anybody fans of the group Spinal Tap would recognize this guy, David Caffinetti. And as you can see, it's autographed. And I do have more where that came from. I actually did his publicity photos for him. This is the scene off of Stonehenge. Oh, wait a minute. Hold that thought, I'll be right back. Hey, alright, we got a little Savannah Churchill, a nice easy song, Waiting for a Guy Named Joe. She's waiting for a guy named Joe. I mean, if she would know who Joe was, then she would not refer to him as just a guy named Joe. Alright, I mean, what if the guy named Joe was the one who sold her car? Oh, well, what's wrong with your car? I had a bad run-in over at the dealership. Some guy named Joe sold me a terrible car. Terrible. I'm waiting for him so I can club him in the kneecap. Well, that's pretty much the way it goes. But hey, anyway, hey, you know what I decided? I've decided that it's about time to announce an early bird clue, because all you early birds out there are going to get some serious worms today, and these worms will come in the form of 5 points if you can tell me the next time a guy named Joe pops up on the playlist. Basically, let's help out Savannah Churchill, if you will. She's waiting for a guy named Joe, and it could be Joe anybody. It could be Joe Schmo. It could be Joe Kokomo Bo. You never know. But what about if it was Joe Walsh? Well, she's waiting for a guy named Joe. Joe Walsh fits the description, doesn't it? So, next time Joe Walsh comes up, type in the word early bird for me. You'll get 5 bonus points. And what do you say we do something really rockin'? Everybody raise your fist and yell how much you love rock and roll, but I'd give you Ted Nugent. You got it on the cat.